Good morning, children. Today we have come to day 3. So in last video I had talked about sorting of materials. So till then, till the last lecture we had learned about what are objects. This was in first lecture. Then we had talked about materials. Then in last lecture I had talked about the classification. So just revising in a minute. Classification. Then I had talked about the criteria of classification. Then lastly we had talked about the advantages of classification. Advantages of classification. These 3 topics we had covered in our last class. So just revising classification. Classification is a process of grouping of different objects or different materials which have similar properties in one group. That is classification. Then criteria of classification, it can vary. It can be according to we can classify objects according to the materials of which those objects are made. Wooden objects can be placed in one group. Objects made of metals can be grouped in another group. Similarly, we can take criteria of their use, like cooking vessels can be placed at one place. They can be of different materials, but since all of them are used for cooking, we might group them in a similar group. So many criteria are there. Then sometimes we can group of different objects on the basis of their shapes. Round objects can be placed in one group on the basis of their size. Small things can be grouped together, bigger things can be grouped together. So there can be many criteria. According to our convenience, we just take any criteria and group different objects or group different materials. Now third was the advantages of classification. So what are the advantages of classification? What is the importance of classification, or why there is a need of classification? So under this topic we had talked about 3 important things. The first advantage we get after we classify things, that it becomes easy to locate an object. It becomes very easy to locate an object. First advantage is this. Then second advantage is this: since it becomes easy, it saves our lot of time as well as energy. So second advantage is that it saves our time and energy. And third advantage is that it becomes easy to study the property of those objects or materials if we know the property of one material or object. So these were 3 advantages of classification. Now moving further. So as I have discussed also, that for making an object we need to see that we need to see the properties of the material. Then second property, if we want to take a material for any object, if we want to select any material for any object, so we first take the properties of the material जिसका हम सामान बनाने वाले हैं, and second property which comes into our mind is the what purpose we are using that object. So these 2 criteria, these 2 things are often kept in mind when we choose a material for any object to be made. Now taking this point further, today in this lecture we will be talking about different properties of materials. So before that I will just show you some things. So properties of material. So the first property which we will discuss is appearance. Appearance. How does the material appear? Now for this I will be showing you some materials. See, it's a cotton. Then we have a glove, rubber glove. Then we have a sponge. I am just keeping it here. Then we have a paper, I have a thing made up of metal. This is aluminium. Then we have ice cream sticks made up of wood. I have cardboard. I have a wire. It is copper wire. आपको दिख रहा होगा. Then we have a foil. It is a tin foil, normal foil which we use in house. Then I have a coin, a single piece of wood, and a diya which is made up of mud. Yes, मिट्टी का कह सकते हैं, soil का कह सकते हैं. तो this is a diya. I have some nails also. कील होती है घर में, आपने देखा होगा. तो I have some nails also. Now, if we have to put these things together on the basis of their appearance, whether they have some shine or not, then I can separate. I can keep cotton, rubber, sponge, paper, diya, this plastic thing, wooden ice cream sticks, and cardboard together. Now, what is the basis of keeping all these things together? Piece of wood together, then all these things here. Now, if we see, chaliye, now if you look on this table, I have separated all these things which I have already shown you in two groups. Now, can you tell me what is the difference between the things in the group which is on my left hand side and the things which are kept on the right hand side? Just observe them carefully. The things which are on my left hand side has paper, cotton, then diya, wooden piece, sponge, ice cream sticks made up of wood, then I have a cardboard, then I have a rubber glove, and on the other side I have things, it is a copper wire, then I have a spoon made up of steel, I have some iron nails, I have a tin foil, I have a aluminium nail and some round object attached to it, then I have a coin, I have some other thing, it is made up of aluminium. So can you see the difference between these two things? Chaliye. The difference between these two groups is that the objects in one group, they are not shining. They do not have any shine. But if we see the things on my right hand side, we can see all these things, they have some kind of shine in them. They have some luster in them. So on the basis of this, we can say that all these things, they are made up of different metals. Now this is a tin foil, this is a spoon which is made up of steel, this is, I have a copper wire, this is made up of aluminium. So all these things, they are made up of metals. And if we see the things on our left hand side, these things are not made up of metals. We have paper, we have cardboard, we have things made up of wood like ice cream sticks, this curtain ring, these are made up of wood. I have cotton also, plastic also. So these things are not made up of metal. So when we have, like, after seeing all these things, we can easily see that the things which are made up of metal, they have a natural shine or luster. Whereas the things which are not made up of metal, they can be of wood, they can be of cloth, they can be of cotton, they can be paper, cardboard. They do not have their own shine. So after seeing these objects, we can easily conclude that the things which are made up of metal, they shine. The things, we can conclude from this activity that the things which are made up of metal, they shine. So all the metals, they have their own shine or luster. So I will just write on the board. We can say that the materials can have luster, lustre, जिसको हम शाइन भी कहते हैं, can have luster, or they don't shine. So metals in general, metals have luster. Metals have luster. Metals have luster मतलब metals are shiny in nature. Metals they shine. इनमें कुछ एक अपनी नेचुरल चमक होती है metals में. अब आप पूछेंगे सारे metals चमकते हैं? Generally most of the metals they shine. But when we see, it is seen that if you get a new nails, अगर आप बाजार से नई कीलें लेकर आते हैं तो they are very shiny. But with the passage of time, if you keep them and if you again see them after 2 months, 4 months, so you might see that the shine or the luster is gone. Why is it so? Why the metal objects which are lustrous or which are shiny in the beginning, suddenly they start to appear dull? Why is it so? Because there is water which is known as moisture and air in atmosphere. All of us know that atmosphere has moisture and air in it. So the air and moisture which is present in the atmosphere, they act on the metal, and they because of that the metals they lose their shine. So it is because of the action of air and moisture which is present in the atmosphere, most of the metals tend to lose their shine or their luster. So आपने एक बड़ा कॉमन एग्जाम्पल आपने देखा होगा, आप दिवाली के वक्त आपके मदर्स पेरेंट्स आपके पुरानी भगवान की मूर्तियां निकालते हैं एंड दे उनको साफ करते हैं, और उसके बाद जब वो साफ करते हैं दे यूज सम पाउडर और पेस्ट और टूथब्रश, खाली कपड़े से कई बार रगड़ने से भी चीजें साफ हो जाती हैं. तो इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ दैट. तो वो जो आपका पानी का और जो एयर का रिएक्शन होता है उन चीजों के ऊपर, उससे वो डल हो जाते हैं, बट आफ्टर दे आर क्लीन दे अगेन शाइन. तो पूजा के वक्त हम आपके चांदी के सिक्के चमकाते हैं, मूर्तियां चमकाते हैं पूजा से पहले, लैंप्स और दिया वगैरह अगर मेटल के बने होते हैं तो उनको हम साफ करते हैं, उनको चमकाते हैं. So this is the reason, it like because of the action of air and moisture which is present in the atmosphere, most of the metals they tend to lose their shine, and when we clean them again they become lustrous. So common metals are aluminium, iron, then we have gold and silver, tin. These are the common metals which are used in households. Gold is of course expensive, so it is used only for making ornaments. We do not see vessels or the big things made up of gold. So this was all about the appearance. So today we learned that the metals, they have luster or shine, natural shine in them, but due to the action of air and water sometimes they lose luster. So this is all. Now the second property which we are going to study is the hardness. This is the second property which I am going to tell you about. Now if I take a sponge in hand and I just compress it, easily it is compressing. Now I am taking cotton, we can easily compress this also. Now wood, trying to compress, oh, it is not compressing. Now I will take a diya, I am not able to compress this also. I am taking spoon, no, I cannot compress it. I will take this made up of metal, I am not able to compress it. Coin, I am not able to compress it. So you can try with different things. Paper, I'm easily able to compress and crumple it. So after this activity, what do we conclude? We can easily conclude that some materials can be compressed easily, and materials of some objects are not easy to compress. So on the basis of this compression and all, we can easily say that materials can be of two types. The materials which are not easily compressed, they are hard materials, and the materials which can be compressed easily, they are soft materials. So on the basis of this, we can categorize materials into hard materials, and soft materials. Hard materials like objects made up of metal. Metals cannot be compressed. Then wood, glass. Soft material can be paper, cotton, I just compressed it, and sponge. So on the basis of hardness, materials can either be hard materials or materials can be soft materials. So this was all for today. Today we learned about the materials that have shine. Those are metals. Metals in general have shine, but with the action of air and moisture in the atmosphere, sometimes they lose their shine. And second property, we came to know about hardness. On the basis of hardness, materials can be categorized into two groups. One is hard materials and other is the soft material. So we'll continue with other properties in next lecture. Take care, stay safe. Thank you.